Hi everyone, my name's Anita, I'm the Violet Stitcher and this is Floss Tube number 33. And it's a whip parade, woo! Because we've made it to the middle of the year. So this is where I go through all my whips that I have at the moment, which is a total of 22. And I will also briefly look at the finishes that I've done so far this year, and we will do this in chronological order, beginning in the order that I started the whips in the first place. There we go, hope that made sense. Right, this is probably going to be fairly long. I'm hoping to film the first hour now, just before the British Grand Prix, and then the next however long after the British Grand Prix. Okay, cool. Can you see what my priorities are today? Right, so let's begin. Also, I'm going to scatter life update nonsense throughout. If you don't like that, I'm very, very sorry. Am I sorry? No, I'm not sorry, because this is my floss tube and I get to do it how I like. Having said that, thank you very much for coming to watch my floss tube. Yes, it's very lovely to have you here. Obviously, this wouldn't be a floss tube without you. It would be me spouting into the void, and yes, but it becomes, a more of a collaborative, exciting channel with comments and all of that stuff. So thank you. Also, I have a nice cup of tea. Right. What was I doing? Oh yes, beginning. Right. I'm with it today. It's good. It's going to go well. It's going to go well. So we begin with a pattern that I just drag from year to year. And I began it in probably around April. I've written April 2018 in Notion. And I know that's only approximate because I didn't really start taking notes at all about anything that long ago. So it's very approximate. But it was around then when I started doing cross stitch again. And there are many reasons why I don't come back to this and finish it. The first one is that it's on Ada, not my favourite anymore. And the other one is that I'm not really that excited about the pattern anymore. But like I say, every year, if I haven't touched it when it gets to the end of the year, then I will UFO it. But it has come out and I've done it. So it continues onwards. And so this is, let me just move that microphone down a little bit. Maybe move it. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so this is We Can All Shine. If I move it over here, that'll help, won't it? What a numpty. Should have set this up earlier. Oh yeah, that's much better. Right, okay. There we go. Now we can start. So this is We Can All Shine by... it's by Gorgeous, and it was a very long time ago, a bothy kit. And this is how far I've got to. And I have a pattern. I have a picture of... No, I don't. Hang on. What's it going to look like? It's going to look like... Oh yeah, here we go. Sorry for the glare. It's going to look like that. Eventually, maybe, you never know. So you can see why I bought it. It's because it has a purple dress. And so I have got into the purple dress. I think we've mostly done all the hair finally, and I'm getting onto that firefly jar. The fingers are weird. And have I started back stitching? No, I'm ignoring that back stitching. Okay, cool. And this is when I also it is a little bit dirty. It's a little bit dirty. And I used to grid in bright orange thread, as you can see. And it's getting a little bit tricky to get that bright orange thread out without little bits of fluff staying there. So it's not the best. But as I say, carries on. Anyway, we spent far too long on that. We're going to be here forever. So, yes. Apologies for noise. Oh, and I've no idea what percentage I'm actually through on that. Oh, what does markup reckon? Markup reckons I'm... it says 11%, but that's just lies. It's because I've taken so many photos and it's not all sorted out properly. Right, so that was in 2018. So that's my only WIP left over from 2018. So moving on. Earlier this year, I finished something that I had started in August 2021. And that is Dragon Clans. So I finished this during Stitch North this year, which was very, very exciting. Let me just... Have I got it right around? No. One moment. There we go. Sorry. So, as you can see, it is big. And I finished it all. So I still haven't washed it and I still haven't framed it, but I am taking this to Fantasy Forest. Oh, it's this month. This month. So I will show Anne Stokes. I will get my photo taken with her, with this, and then I will wash it and frame it. So yes, that is my plan. So that was my last WIP for 2021. So we are done with all those WIPs. So now I only have WIPs from 2022 onwards. So the next one is the one that I have been concentrating on the most, which I started at the beginning, yes, there you go, 1st of January 2022, because it was a Paine Free Crafts stitch along. Wind in the Willows Sal, designed by Chris Dunn. And I even went to the Tartan retreat and met Chris Dunn, which is pretty cool. He was a nice guy. He is a nice guy, sorry. So this one I started on 25 count sparkle snow evenweave. I can't hold it up enough. One moment. There we go, look. And I've been concentrating on that bottom left hand corner with Paisley Rabbit. And we just... Let me show you what this looked like. Oh yeah, I remember how to do this. Let me show you what this looked like at the beginning of the year. There you go. See? So I have mostly done... well, yeah, in fact, almost... I know I did do a little bit. Okay. Almost entirely, I have been working on this section here. And you can see it, I've done a substantial amount. God. Hang on. Let me take that picture off. There we go. Wrestling with this thing. Let's fold it up again. That's better. Right. I've done a substantial amount on Little Miss Rabbit. And this year I have done, there you go, 12,139 stitches on her. And it's looking like I will finish this rabbit section, which I think comes down to about here-ish, end of this month, approximately. So that's really good. And then the next section to work on is Toad, who is in an octagon further up. So I'm looking like I'll finish this WIP around the middle-ish of next year, if all goes to plan. I'm planning on making it into a quilt for my granddaughter, and I may stitch her name, add that. Yet to be decided. I'll think about it more next year and plan it out. I might do some other stitches on... If I stitch other things out, I just make it longer and longer, won't I? And it'll never get finished. Okay. Try and keep it simple. Yep. We'll finish this, make it into a quilt. There we go. That's complicated enough. So that's where we are with that. And let me just put this away, well, as I go. Otherwise, it would help if I actually had the bag, wouldn't it? I'll put it over here because I'm going to stitch on it later. So I've not put my 200 stitches in today. Okay, the next one is I started, looks like June 2022, and that is my oldest full coverage that I have left. So it's called Mixed Berries, and it will look like this when it's done, and it's designed by Stanley Morrison, charted by Paine Free Crafts. I am doing it without the background. And it is on 25 count 1/1 of a piece of Chromatic Alchemy. This is where it was at the beginning of the year, and to be honest, I haven't done a lot. Despite this being one of my favourite whips. Oh dear, yeah, no. I've only done 1,324 stitches. And here we are. Just fold her up. Oh, hang on. There you go. So mostly I've done head. And isn't she so cute? Look at that eye. So cute. So yeah, I'm concentrating on finishing the head, and then I'm going to work down and do, I think this side of the wing. There's a lot of wing, and then we'll work around, do feet, and there's a lot of wing over here as well. So that'll keep me busy. I am planning on doing a lot more the later end of this year. Hopefully more than 1,300. But soon, at some point next year, hopefully it'll become focus, because I will have finished Wind in the Willows. So that's cool. And we are at, what does markup say? 12%. But remembering I'm not doing the background, so I guess it's slightly more than that. Oh, I'm loving it. This is one of my favourite whips. This one and Dragon Planets. Planet Dragons? Planet Dragons. Okay, cool. That's that one. And so the next one I have to show you, I started in September. Yes, September 2022, and it is an Anne Stokes. Oh, it's my oldest Anne Stokes start, Fantasy Dragon, and it's from Cross Stitch something or other, World of Cross Stitching, and it's this one here. I'm stitching it 1/1 25 count on something by Chromatic Alchemy. Fantasy Dragon, where are you? This is what it looked like at the beginning of this year. I'd only done half it because it's across 2 pages, so I'd done half. And this year I have been working my way across. I haven't done an awful lot. I was going to get this finished by the end of this year, but then I started the other side and realised, no, I don't think I am. So I've only done 1,393. It's about the same as Mixed Berries stitches on this. And some backstitch. So, yeah, wings are coming in. Second half of dragon, so getting there. I do like the expression on this dragon. It's very cool. Yep. So that goal is not going to get met. I did think I was going to finish it, but no, it's not going to happen. But never mind, it'll be okay. So it's about approximately 33%. Oh gosh, is that all? No, it must be a bit more than that. It's a bit difficult to count that one. Because I've started stitching it in an odd way. But basically. Right, next one I have finished. I started this one beginning of November 2022, along with Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. You've seen this finish. And it is Dragon Pancakes. Oh, let me remove that extra picture. You don't need that. Dragon Pancakes is all done and dusted. And I discovered a new love for cording. Oh, what's that? Oh. And I'm not that good at fully finishing yet, but we are improving. So yeah, I've got some lovely strawberry material on the back. Yeah, I mean, I'm reasonably happy with it. It was okay. The stitching in those wings, oh my word, oh my word. But yeah, it's a very cute dragon. So that's that one. The next one I started quite a few in November. That's a problem. It gets to my birthday month and I'm like, let's start everything. So I started Dragon Beauty 15th of November, and this I actually have made some progress on this one. Right. Just find it. This is what it will look like when it's done. And this one is by Anne Stokes. And it's charted by Thread Geeks. I don't think it's available anymore. They go through, I mean, lots of companies seem to go through Anne Stokes patterns quite quickly. They don't hang around for very long. Oh, that's the needle. Let me just poke that in. There we go. Right. So at the beginning of the year, I hadn't really got very far at all. And now I have done this much. So I am, what does it say? 55%. So I started, as you can tell, I started in the middle and worked down, and now I'm going up. I've done, Dragon's Head is done, which is very cool, I like that. And I'm just concentrating on finishing this leaf over here in this corner, and then I'll work upwards. This came without background. I'm not sure if there was an option to do it with the background. Maybe there was. Anyway, I love this rose. Colours on this rose are stunning. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to having this done and on my wall. That'll be good. Just put it back in its Q-snap. So this one I am trying to complete by the end of the year. And I'm on track. Trying to do about 2,000 stitches a month. So it's doable. Next one is Little Helpers, another Anne Stokes dragon pattern. Oh my word, I'm going to say that for the next few. Yeah. And I started this 20th of December 2022. And it is a Christmas dragon one. Charted by, yes, it is Paine Free Crafts. This is what it'll look like when it's done. This one's no longer available. Oh, is this the one they left? I don't think this is available anymore. And I haven't done a grey dot on this one either. I've only done 501 stitches on this, and hopefully I will rectify that and do more second half this year. And that's where I started. This is where I've got to. Yeah, not a great deal, but I'm working on this page next. It's basically mostly Christmas tree and a bit of dragon wing. It is quite, even though this is a lot of green, it is quite cool to watch the branches come into place. And there's going to be a lot of brown at the background, but we will grit our teeth and get through it. This one's 1/125 count. Like all my full coverages are 1/125 count. Yeah. And the next one is yet another Anne Stokes, and I started that New Year start. Now into 2023. It was 1st of January 2023, and I started it with some people that I encouraged to start it from the tartan retreat, because we saw Sarah stitching it. Oh, it looked beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna have to slightly get this out of the Q-snap because I have actually gone upwards. So this will look like Dragons of the Sabbat. This is what it will look like when it's finished, if it's ever finished. Let me just pull this out. I started in the middle. I'm doing it on black. A lot of people are stitching the black. Good for them. That is a lot of black. And that's where I was at the beginning of this year. And now I am here. So that's that middle section done. Oh, you can't see, can you? Let's hold that behind. There we go. And I have come up and I've started on, I think that's where the symbol for the year, yes, that's where the symbol, the rune, maybe it's rune symbol, I'm not sure, for the festival goes, and then you get to do the dragon. So I'm looking forward to starting on that blue dragon. If not this year, most definitely next year, I will start that blue dragon. So that'll be cool. Who knows if this one will ever get finished, but I'm going to enjoy stitching on it. And that is the main thing. Right, what did I do with the... Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry, I'm going to put this back together. I had a magnet thing. There we go. What else should I say about this? I think I've said everything. It's 25 count, 1/1. It is enormous. It is my biggest full coverage, although it's not really full coverage anymore because I'm not doing the background. Wrangling all this fabric is blimey. Right, there we go. Oh, how many stitches have I done on this? Not a great deal. I've done 1,051, and I am at 2%. Little Helpers is 4%. The 2% doesn't include the fact that I'm not doing the background. So I suppose we're slightly further than 2% really, but there we go. There's not much in it. Next one is another dragon pattern by Anne Stokes. This one I started beginning of February 2023. And it will look like this one when it's finished. And it is in World of Cross Stitching. I can't remember what issue that is. It'll be written in the notes. I'm stitching this with Nithya from Daybreak Stitchery. Not sure how far she's got. This is where I was at the beginning of this year, and my plan was to finish this by the end of the year, but yet again that's not going to happen. I feel I am at 51%, and I've done 1,751 stitches this year. So hopefully I'll I'll keep going and I won't stop. I haven't done any for a while. Well, it is a very beautiful pattern. And this is stitched on Unicorn Farts, I think, by Chromatic Alchemy. It was a one-off kind of a thing. Yeah, loving those open wings. It's that one. Oh, I'm actually rumbling quite... Oh no, we've done half an hour. Okay. Next one is my oldest Nora Corbett. And this one I started April 2023. April 2023. Maybe that was at a retreat. Might have been. Anyway. This pattern is on loan from my friend Rachel. And this is what it'll look like when it's done. I haven't even said what it's called. This is Red Cabbage Sprite. There we go. This is what it looks like when it's finished. It's one of the tinier Nora Corbett ones. This is where I started the year at. I haven't got very far. This is where I'm at now. Almost done. Oh, no, let me hold something. There we go, that's better. And yeah, so I think I've done all the stitching of her top half, and now I've just got this bottom half to do, and all the beading. What percentage am I at? I'm at 71%. I've done 1,828 stitches this year. And I fully expect to finish this this year by October, so I can hand the pattern back to Rachel. And I'm stitching it on. This is 28 count, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Owl's Dark Magic by Chromatic Alchemy. I love this fabric. I love this fabric in its linen. I love it in its even weave. This is the linen, so you get the bluer shades come out more. I have it matches how I feel that she'd be flitting round at night doing her fairy business. A sprite. She's a sprite, sorry. A sprite business. There we go. That's that one. So very close to a finish, that one. I guess the 71% is a bit arbitrary because it is a paper pattern. Right. So the next couple I have actually finished. So I started Heart of Violets and Jade, a Chatelaine, on the 28th of April. Oh no, it's only 5 days later after the Red Cabbage Sprite. Anyway, and I finished it a couple of months ago. And this is what it looks like. It's fantastic. Yeah, the fabric kind of comes out right. It's maybe a little bit bleached out. But if I bring it a bit closer, you can see there are very few specialty stitches. So mostly DMC, a few special things and some beads. And I made it into a wedding sampler with my initial and my husband's initial and the number of days we've been married when I gave it to him. And, oh yes, and I'm famous. It was on the Chatelaine Facebook group and Instagram. Woo! I was very excited. Yes. Oh, Chatelaines. Oh, well. Maybe I'll talk about that more when we get to Octopus Treasure Cave. Anyway, that one's finished. And then I started Dragon with Lighthouse on the 1st of July last year. And I have finished that. So let me show you where I started the year at, not very much. But look, I was very persistent and I said I'd finish it. And there it is finished. Apologies for the awful background. I don't know why I took a picture of it on my ironing board. Yeah, the ironing board cover needs replacing every time I use it. I think that ironing board cover needs replacing. Have I got round to it? No. But anyway, there we go. And I did the cording and it was better this time. And I love how the cording is the same colour as the stitching. Just really like that. Anyway, I've gifted that to a friend who likes the sea. And I said, it's Year of the Dragon, Kate, so you get a dragon gift this year. Thankfully, she's used to me, so that's okay. So, there we go. And then, oh, right, yeah, 7 days later, I started a massive full coverage. And it's not a dragon. This one is Spirit of Flight by Josephine Wall. And I have to show you my project bag for this because this is Josephine Wall fabric, Spirit of Flight. I couldn't find the actual picture fabric, but I did find this. And inside the bag, I'll show you, has the birds. Is it which way round? I don't think there is a right way round. There we go. All the birds. So butterflies, birds. Love it. And anyway, have we done much on this though? Oh no, less than 1,000. 900 stitches on this one. Spirit of Flight. Here we go. This is what it'll look like when it's done. It's quite large. And this is where I started the year at. And this is where I'm at now. Oh, there's a ton of hanging threads as usual. There you go. So, yeah, so this is slap bang in the middle of the pattern. Let me go back to what it looks like. Slap bang in the middle. And you can see her lovely, well, actually she's a shawl or a dress or something. Anyway, the top one, part of it is the sort of the same colour as her blue skin, and that's what you're seeing here. Anyway, I'm doing it in pages, so we're moving up. And this is a feather, I think, coming in, which is quite cool. Anyway, I do like this, and I think I love this more once you can see more of it. But I love this design. I've always loved this picture. Yeah. This is the picture that drew me to wanting to do full coverage patterns. Yeah. So there we go. Oh, and I'm at 1%. It's going to take a while. Okay, next one. Oh yes, we're on to another Chatelaine. So, next one, I started a new 28th of the 7th. Yes, that must have been the Chatelaine retreat last year, I think, or around that time. So, Octopus Treasure Cave will look like this when it's done, approximately, because it's a Chatelaine, so it's going to be approximate. And the exciting thing at the retreat that I went to this year, last weekend, the weekend before last, was that a couple of people have also started it. So quite happy about that. So now I can rant to people who understand the trials of this one. I mean, don't let me put you off or anything, but anyway. This is where I started the year at. I did that. I got all the way round, discovered I was half a stitch out. Very annoying, but I figured it didn't matter that much because it's not full coverage and the items in the middle, it doesn't really matter if they're slightly out. So we persevered. And now I'm going to need to hold something behind it. Make sure I get it the right way up. No, not like that. Okay. There you go. So now I have, oh no, you can't see the top, can you? Whoop. 1 second. There we go, that'll do. So now I've been all the way around with all that black work, and I feel my black work skills have leveled up. So I started this one, and then I went all the way around. And if you stare at it, all these black work waves, by the way, are different. Why would you want them the same? Then you could practice and get better. But actually, it was probably a good idea that they were different, because otherwise I would have maybe ripped my hair out. Anyway, if you look carefully, you can see that this black work wave is not as good as my final black work wave. To the point where I now stare at it and go, maybe I should rip out that first one and do it again. But so far I have resisted, and we'll see what it looks like at the end. So I have made some personalisations as I've gone along. These rice stitches are not right. I may take these out. I have done them with more strands of thread than I should have done. But I'm loving these jellyfish. These jellyfish are so cool. And it calls for gold outlining with gold twiddly bits. I may well change this to silver because I'm not a gold person. But it looks beautiful because it's a chatelaine. I have not put any beads on it yet. I'm going to keep working on it. Now I've got to the fun part. I can fall in love with it again now that I've cursed my way through the blackwork waves. Oh, adore it. Anyway, yes, the Chatelaine treat was amazing and lovely, as always. Thank you very much, admins. Love it. And I did not win the dragon kit for the dragon pattern, which I already own. The pattern, not the kit. But I will be stitching, because my friend Susie won it. Well done, Susie. And now I have someone to stitch it with. Yay! So we will be starting that one later on this month. My stuff it's in the post. It's on its way. So it won't be long. I've substituted almost everything because I'm not hanging around waiting for Glorianas. And the half the silks you can't get in the UK. So there's plenty of what have I substituted with? Gentle Arts and what's the other one? The CCT colour. No, it's gone. Can't remember. Whatever that one is. The other cotton thread. And also whatever I had in stash. I actually had one of the called for items in stash. I was shocked. So, yeah, anyway, that's my Chatelaine catch-up info. Then I've got 2 finishes to show you. So I started Bristol Berries 2 at the first Bristol Stitchy Day that I managed to get to, which was on September. Yes, I thought it was September, the end of September last year. So Bristol Berries, there's like three packs of berries that have 3 berries in them each. So I've got a lot of berries to get through, and I won't do all of them. But I did start one, and it was one of the easier ones with a bee in it, and I made it into a strawberry because that's how it's supposed to be. And I gave this away at Stitch North. We'll come back to this when we talk about the mini dragon that's sitting next to it. Okay, so that was that one. And then I started beginning of October. I started another Nora Corbett, the S Mermaid, because I have been making... So I go open water swimming. I haven't done very much this year with my friends. And I've been stitching the letters, the mermaid letters for each of them. Not that they all know it. But Bridget watches this one, so she will know. Anyway, I have finished the little S mermaid, and it is the cutest of mermaids. It is on 1/1 on 25 count. Oh, it's so dainty. I substituted the beads for Delica size 15, which I think are about the same as Mill Hill Petites. And this treasure here in the middle is supposed to be a tulip. I don't really have a tulip, so I substituted I'm not even sure what you call it, a thing, a bead thing, yeah. Anyway, I changed most of the colours, if not all of them, because it's my friend Sally and she likes blue and green. Perfect. So there we go. Now I will be making that into the tiniest of flat folds. It is so cute. That's that one. Oh, let me show you where I was at the beginning of the year. Here we go. Not very far, but it is a very tiny stitch. Not just because I did it on 25 carat. I mean, there aren't that many stitches in it, so very doable. And then we're getting to the end of the year. Oh, yeah. So 21st of November last year, I started Dark Queen of the Sea by Autumn Lane Stitchery, which I've been meaning to start for ages. And in fact, I've just been working on this yesterday. So Dark Queen of the Sea, I'm sure you all know what it's actually going to look like, but let me show you anyway. Looks like this. I am probably going to do the ruder version of this, though. Forewarning for years to come when that bit gets shown. This is where we started the year off with one fish. Well, it's not even one fish, it's half a fish. And this is where we're at now. At here. I popped another 500 stitches into this yesterday, so total this year I've done about 1,328 stitches. I haven't been giving you the stitches for the things I've finished, so it sounds like I haven't been doing very much, but I've been working on the things that I've finished, so that's why. And you know, Dragon Clans, I put 28,000 stitches in this year to finish that, so yeah, see, I've been stitching. So yeah, so we're not very far into this at all. This is 6% complete because she is enormous. There's a lot of tentacles. I'm looking forward to them. There's a lot of purple there. But yeah, it's going to take a while. Anyway, we are on to the second fish. First fish still hasn't been finished. I think there's a lot of wispy bits of tail here that I haven't got around to doing. Instead we're playing around with coral, I think, over here. Oh no, maybe that's fins. Her fins. It's a bit unclear here because I haven't done any backstitch. But anyway, I do love the colours on this. I don't think the camera shows it properly, but there are some lovely colours. It's my first Autumn Lane Stitchery and really liking it. Yep. So that's my current mermaid. And she can't, yeah, mermaid, yeah. Right, next one is, oh, we are getting closer to the Formula One. Okay, we might have to pause soon. So I started on the 26th of December. So, okay, Boxing Day. Oh yes, my fairies for Zarya. I hadn't got very far by the beginning of the year. Where is it? Did I call it Zarya Fairies or Fairy Alphabet? What did I call it? Fairy Alphabet. There we go. So this, it doesn't look like this. It says Zarya, but you get the idea. Anyway, this is where we got to my space bag for some random reason, because that was the bag that was available. And now we are almost done. Look at that. Look how close. I'm going to finish it this month. Like maybe tomorrow. So I know it's wonky. I've said this before. I have realised that I have put the fairies in a wonky manner. But maybe they're just very excitable fairies who like jumping up and down. That's it. Yeah. It's not that I failed to plan this properly. Anyway, you can see I'm on the end fairies. These fairies here. And they need some back stitching, and the last one needs some skin. I haven't quite decided what colour skin she's going to get. But when I make that decision, she will be finished. And then I can make this into a nice soft finish and give it to Zaria, who won't appreciate it until she's 6. But that's fine. I don't care. She's going to get it anyway. So yeah, there's that. Finish soon. And I've put... Have I tracked that? 2,000 stitches. 2,018 stitches in that so far. Right. And then the beginning of this year, my New Year, New Start on 2024. Oh, well, let me have a drink. I have been slowly, very slowly, making my way through the cottage garden samplings Year in the Woods. So I've done the swans and the fox. Beginning of this year I started the reindeer. I thought, oh, I'll finish that. No. Oh, I've got nothing to show you because at the beginning of this year there was nothing. So I have stitched only 715 stitches on this so far. And it has legs. That's it. Oh, and maybe a bit of tree. That tree I think I've done there. So yeah, there's lots and lots to go, and it is approximately-ish 14%, but that's vague because it is a paper pattern. But I mean, I love these. They are lovely. Look at, yeah. When I finish that, I will frame the whole thing and then start with spring. Because I have most of the patterns, so I'm just slowly going to make my way through cottage garden samplings. Have one on the go. And that I'm stitching on 25 count 1/1, and the fabric is called Cirrus. It's a very pretty piece of fabric. And then I started early in my excitement for Year of the Dragon because it was all Climbing Goat's fault. They started their dragon sow early. Yes, it's in here. Okay, I'm just about to do some more work on this one during the Grand Prix. So it's not all out yet, but the what I do have looks like this. Oh no, so I'm sorry, that's not right. Looks like this. So she's got a lot of very cool dragons. I love the fact there's a purple one. Yes. Oh, and while we're here, and I've been watching House of the Dragon, they're not dragons, are they? They're clearly wyverns. Look, like the picture at the top. They've got the 2 back feet, and they've got their, their articulated claw wings. It's a wyvern. House of the Wyverns. That's what it should be. Okay, that rant's done. Anyway, right, so, yes. where am I? I know what I'm doing. At the beginning of the year, there was nothing because we hadn't started it yet. But now I have done this year, oh, not very many. I'm going to keep saying that. 578 stitches, but I'm going to go and do another 500. And this is where I'm at. Guns and a partial bit of a wing. It's not very exciting, is it? Sorry about that. This is stitched on 25 count. Spring at Lakeside, which I think is still available. This one wasn't a one-off. And it's a very nice bluey, greeny, yellowy kind of a thing. We are 10 minutes from the Grand Prix, so this is going to be the last one I show you, because then I can go and do some stitching. Maybe I'll show you to you again when I get back, and like what will for you be a second. Yeah. Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you very much. Where's the pause button? Okay. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. So that was a very exciting race. I won't say anymore. And now I have the sunshine. Let me just... I don't think I'm just going to have to... Yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So, back with dragons. I have put another 200 stitches in. Yay! So now there's slightly more green in the green dragon. So that's cool. Oh, I can't tell what percentage I'm supposed to be at. One moment. I just open my... right, it is now at... Oh, it's a bit difficult to tell because I don't have the whole thing, but... Okay, so it's some pitifully small amount. Let's just say that. So that's that one, which I am enjoying a lot. Put that back in my bag. Right, so where were we? We were at done that one, done that. Oh yes. So then I started on the 2nd of February. I started the mini bottle with the red dragon, which I've already shown you a finish of, which I then finished pretty swiftly after that. Let me show you again. Here it is. Tiny little, I made a little pillow key fob kind of a thing with a bit of cording around the edge. So that was cool. And then I started a modern folk embroidery. So then it was for the start of Lunar New Year, I started modern folk embroidery. Here be dragons, and yeah, in my new unicorn Christmas unicorn bag, because well, why not? And I've decided to do this as a purple on a purple. So, which way round? I think it's this way round. So, yeah, that's how far I've got, which isn't very far at all. And let me show you what it's going to look like when it's finished. Here be dragons. Here we go. There we go. And yep, and that is as far as I've got. So I started in the middle, so that's his wing going on there. And I'm doing it in Black Raspberry Jam by Gentle Art. And I think the fabric is Thread Pickers. Let me just check. Yes, it is. It's on 25 count even weave. Yes, it is an even weave. And it didn't have a name, but some sort of purple, nice purple thing. So that I'm on 4%. So that's going to take a bit of time. And then all my dragons just began. So then I started that one with Nithia as well. And then I started another one, this time with Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny. And I was on about 8 days later, I started Sapphire Dragon. which still hasn't had an awful lot of love. I know that Lauren has done a lot more than this, and it reckons I still haven't made a 1% on this one. This is what it will look like when it's finished. There we go, which is really lovely. And it's by Anastasia Usova. And yeah, this is my measly start of 312 stitches. And it's right in the middle. It's going to be a lovely dragon though when I'm done. And there is, it's your usual blends and backstitch. So this is on, I think I did this on 28 count, some kind of blue. Sparkly blue? Sparkly blue. Oh, I think it might be Glacier. Yeah. I'm sure I'll do more on that later. And then for Leap Day, what's the word I'm looking for? I started another castle. No, it's called the castle. It's another dragon. This is in my lovely, gorgeous dragon bag from Kaylee. Thank you, Kaylee. And I started my first Teresa Wensler. Just clanging that on the table. And just to make it even more tricky, I decided to convert it into a purple dragon. So this is what it will look like when it's done, only it won't. So here she's done a green and a blue and a yellowy dragon, whereas mine will be purple. So here is where I'm at. And I don't know the percentage because it is a paper chart and it is over several pages. So I don't even have it all in. So yeah, so I've started in the middle on the left. And so this is the wall, and this is the dragon body going down across the rocks. So I'm having quite a lot of fun, and it is a bit unnerving to be making the colours up as you go along. So all these colours I found from someone else and took them, but they hadn't converted the belly of the dragon, which was still in greens and greys. Greens and greys? I think that's right. And I've converted it into blues and greys. And I'm undecided on what I do with the spikes. I don't know what colour to do that. Some people say I should just leave it as yellow or convert it to orange, and I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe grey and silver. Just do it all metallic grey. So many choices. Anyway, I've done 750 stitches on that. Then that was the end of February. So many dragons started. Looks like I had a rest in March, and I started in April. Another full coverage. Let's have a look. I started Planet Dragons. This one is so cool. It has dragons and planets. So I have started in the middle. And I am loving this stitch. I think partially it's the fabric, it's the theme, the pattern, all of it is good. And so I have got a lovely piece of fabric from Sam, who painted it for me, especially from Chromatic Alchemy. And let's get this right round. I stitched on this fairly recently, and I've done 1,727 stitches now. Oh, I'm not doing the background, hence my lovely piece of fabric. And I have done, that's the left-hand wing of, top left-hand wing of Jupiter. You can see. And yeah, I've started on the planet part of it, I think, starts here. It's slightly in shadow, and then you'll have the dragon sitting here. Yeah, so that'll probably come down to about here. And then I'll jump off to another planet, probably Saturn, because it overlaps. So that makes sense just to go to that one. Love it. Oh yeah, it reckons I'm at 2%. Because I bought this one without the background, so that is counting accurately. Then in May, the beginning of May, I started a quaternion creation, or quarter iron, however you're supposed to say that. And it's called Of Dragons and Apples. It is a lovely pattern, and it looks like this. And I have changed the colours. I'm getting to the bottom of my box now. So I am using, what am I using? Let me just check. Oh yeah, okay. So it looks like for the grey, it's three colours. So for the grey, it looks like I am using 154. A nice darkish purple. And then for the black, I am using some thread that Kaylee dyed me, called Midnight, which is a nice dark blue. And then for the apple, and the red, I'm going to use some Chromatic silver. So I think that'll be, and that's where I've got to, which isn't very far, but look how pretty the pattern is. Oh, I'm loving that. And I've done 219 stitches, which is a bit pathetic, but it's very lovely. We will do more of that next year, I expect. I'm just looking at this, and I'm doing categories from Whip Warriors, and I've realised that maybe there are some. It's a really annoying letter this month. It is Y, and I am struggling to find things with Y, but there are more things in here than I realised. So I'm going to have to eyeball this a bit more and see if there is a youngling. Look, there's a dragon hatching from an egg. Oh, I reckon I can get that in. Yes, good plan. Oh, I might do more of this on this month. Okay, so there you go. Leave that out then. Right, and then I started in a little bit later on in May. Oh gosh, I started 3 things in May. Okay. Then I started Moths and the Moon by Tiny Modernist. Oh, do I even have a look at what it's going to be? I don't think I have. Oh, no, I do. Okay, good. This is what it's going to look like, only it's not. Because I have done it on a dark piece of fabric. And everything else is the same. Oh, apart from the border. I have changed what I'm doing the border in. What am I doing it in? Oh, it's some stash floss that's a lovely purpley, a little purple actually. Yeah. So I'm doing this with my friend Samantha, and I've done about 1,026 stitches, and I have done let's just move that thread. One moth completely. So this one over here. Which I think I worked out is called an Io moth, And then this moth I have mostly stitched, but needs some back stitching. And that is called the Madagascan something moth. And if there is space, I will put their names on underneath or on top or whatever seems appropriate. But anyway, I've also got to, this is the border, the leaves in the border. So I'm just doing this, starting this now, which is pretty cool. Oh, and I've started, looks like I've started the moth above as well. So I am 16% done. I was supposed to work this on the full moon, but I have not. So I'll just do it whenever. I knew I wasn't able to keep to that one. And then at the very end of May, I started another one. This is oh no, I do have this one as well. That's good. Cool. And it is Golden Dragon with Butterfly. It's so cute. And who's this by? Oh, it's a Etsy pattern essay stitch by Alexandra Zamoria. Is that right? Am I getting that right? Zamorina. Sorry, I hadn't expanded my column enough to get the whole name there. Oh, Moths and Moon. Sorry. That fabric is another Al's Dark Magic. The same as... what else am I doing that on? Oh yes, Red Cabbage Sprite. Anyway, so Golden Dragon with Butterfly. Looks like this when it'll be done. I am almost finished. I have done 2,329 stitches on this, not including backstitch. And I've just been going at this one. I think I had a trip to London. So yeah, I just basically got on with it. And this is where we're at. And look how dinky and cute it is. That's 1/1 25 stitch. 25 stitch? 25 count. Oh, got to the end and my words are failing me. So I've done 2 of the butterflies. I'm just starting this one here. And I think this one needs a bit more back stitch as well. There are some beads. Oh, actually, no, sorry. There are some French knots that are called for in this, but I am going to not do those, not do those, and add some white beads instead. Tiny white beads. So this was my experiment, pardon me, on whether you could get away with doing blends over 1 on 25 count. So most of it is done 1/1 25 count, but the blends I've done 2/1 10th stitch. So you get the blend and you don't need to do the full cross because you are doing 10th stitch. So it fills the space in a similar way. And you can't tell. I don't think you can tell. I mean, I can tell because I know where I did it. But it works out pretty well still. So this means that I can do Mirabilias on 25 count and still get the blends, and they will be so cute. So I am now looking at starting Snow Queen, isn't it? The one with the reindeer. I'm thinking about doing that 1/1 25 count and Stargazer 25 count. Because it will be so much smaller, I won't need as much fabric and I'll be able to fit more on my walls. So it seems like a win-win and it's so cute. So yeah, that is my plan now, is to stitch things smaller. So I'm looking forward to this, which may mean I need to buy more fabric because I don't have enough 25 count. Oh no, woe is me. So yeah, so that is the end of my whip parade for 2024's summer. Is there anything else I need to say? So I am starting next. I don't think I have a picture. No, I don't. Okay. Well, like I said, I'm going to start the Chinese Dragon Gate Chatelaine, which is appropriately for Chinese New Year, the Year of the Dragon, a Chinese dragon, in fact. So I have kitted that up. It's on its way. Should arrive tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed. And then I can let Susie know, and we can start. Yay! Very excited. So that's cool. So I'll be starting that one next, and then I have some others because people's birthdays are coming up, you know, in like at the end of the year. And I haven't even started anything for Matt yet, so I need to get on and do that. So that's what I'll be starting this month. Probably quite a few starts because that dragon's almost done. So then I can start something else. That's how it works. So thank you very much for sticking with me. Oh, it's only over an hour, just over an hour. Okay, that's cool. I'm sure there's stuff that I've forgotten to say, but let's hope I remember and I will say it next month. So enjoy your, what is for Bristol, Pride Month. Enjoy your Pride Month. I'm going on the Pride Parade next weekend. Love it. Restores my faith in humanity, that parade, every year. So yes, definitely looking forward to that. Yeah, and I think that's it. Okay, so thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. Congratulations if you did. I hope you enjoyed the Grand Prix, for those of you who watched it. And yeah, I'll speak to you later. Thanks everyone. Bye.